This is another tweet that I pulled down 20 minutes ago, so I'm sure it's
Right.
already out of date. It says, we announced OpenAI O1 just 3 months ago. Today we announced O3, and we have every reason to believe this trajectory will continue. Now, it had 2 images. I want to go and show these images. So here's image 1 and image 2. Let me
Yeah.
go back to image 1. Can you talk about what I'm looking at here?
Yeah, for sure. So the image on the left, we're talking about a benchmark, and the benchmark is software engineering verified. Essentially, this is a selection of tickets, as software engineers call them, where there's a request for a change to some software, or maybe there's an error associated with that software. It's coupled with the code on which that request is being made, or on which that error has been identified. And then there's a third component, which is usually like details of the request, right? So like it needs to conform to these requirements, or it has to accomplish X, Y, and Z. It needs to, make sure that it's adhering to like these style guidelines, et cetera, et cetera. So those three things come together as a ticket, and that's essentially what software engineers do every day. I'm generalizing like in a huge way. Sorry, that's usually the standard unit of work that a software engineer will do. That's not at all what encompasses like what a software engineer will do all the time, but software engineering bench is a collection of those tickets. And so the idea is that if we can get a system that is able to complete those tasks well, then, or at least as we measure the ability of a system to complete those tasks, we will have a sense of how aligned that system is with human capabilities, right? So if they can complete, 10% of those tasks, 20% of those tasks, well, then they're actually, that you might start considering like this is something that, we could have a software engineer pair with a system to maybe improve what they're doing. And so this trajectory on the left is truly like, and I'm not trying to be dramatic or funny. Like this to me truly is terrifying. Like as someone who makes his money as a software engineer, and in some respects, that's like what I'm really focused on. Of course, there's also like architecture conversations that you're a part of and other things, but like as someone who just completes tickets, this trajectory is truly terrifying, right? And what they don't show you is the dates, right? So O1 preview came out 3 months ago, right? When it hit 41%, 41.3%, we were all like, whoa, like, and this isn't a multiple choice thing. It's not like a flip of the coin, like 50% of the time it gets it right. It's like I am completing what a software engineer does to the level that I would expect as a software engineering manager 41% of the time. And we were like, that is absolutely crazy, right?
Wow.
And then, of course, a month later, it was at 48%. To have another step change within a 3 month time period to get it to 71% is again like I had chills. Like I had that vertigo moment where all of a sudden the entire world came into perspective because the sun was rising, like that astronaut, where like this particular figure says like 18 months from now, I will not be writing code, which is just, insane. I might be reviewing code. I might be, again, asking questions that guide some of the code generation. But if we're able to, and that is again a broad generalization, but like if we're able to do this on a benchmark that has been verified and accepted, the across the industry, it really does like send chills down my spine. And so that's sort of what's happening on the left there. Yeah.
And then do you want to talk about the one on the right, or should I go to the next image?
No, sure. So the one on the right, this is competition code. So this is like leak code, and other things. The same sort of deal where like we're talking about now. It's in the 99th percentile of all competitive coders worldwide.
Okay.
And just to be clear, so the blue section there was what they are calling like low compute mode, where it only spent X compute to make it work. And then the smaller blue part at the top that represents the high compute
Mhm.
mode. And just so folks know the difference, that they did have a variability in their benchmarking. And again, this is less interesting to me just because it's competitive code, and that usually doesn't, it might align, it might be tangential to standard coding practices as a software engineer, but to the left, it's like that is like people's job every day is now being completed at a really high level by these agents. And we should be paying attention.